Feel of Fear. I love to tell you that that's the name of a band from Malaysia and they are going to win a Grammy. But no, that's just what Dr. Mahathir wrote about last night. And so I must ask, why so scared, Tun? So poops, Tun Dr. Mahathir wrote yesterday, there is a feel of fear in the country. People feel that something may happen to them. Individuals may disappear. Individuals may be found dead. Individuals may be kidnapped. They do not feel the protection of the law. In fact, the law is a threat. It may be used to justify wrongdoings. It may be abused. The wrong acts may be justified and the right according to the same law may attract punishment. Clear criminal deeds are pardoned. Serious crimes obviously committed are not investigated, but when no crimes are committed, investigations are stopped on orders. In fact, the country seems no longer under the rule of law. It is frightening. Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad, 15th June 2026. Wow. Lot to take in right there. And you know it's funny that Dr. Mahathir says that he is scared, takut or fearful, cause I mean, people could say a whole number of things about the ISA, about information control, the Memali incident, and any of the events that took place during the time of Reformasi. What with the whole arrest of Anwar, the beating up, mattress, sodomy 1, 2, black eye, to the point that it really just makes me wonder to myself, what exactly is going on through his head?
Is this gaslighting? Are you really scared or are you trying to scare people?
I suppose it is true that there have been some pretty messed up things right here. I mean, the obvious example of individuals disappearing would I guess be the Pastor Raymond and Amri situation. Found dead or kidnapped. Maybe that's a reference to Teo Beng Hok. I was actually trying to parse all of this. I was wondering to myself like what Tun could have actually been referring to. I mean, was he thinking of something public or on the news?
Is he concerned about the Rohingya situation maybe? Or maybe recently?
You could point, I guess, to the Rafizi son attack. Maybe justice for Zara. The restaurant shooting. Or maybe whatever happened with this kid right here. But I mean, generally...
And whether those things happen or not.
I don't know if I would say that the country is no longer under the rule of law. From my experience, I've had good experiences with the police. The law has not been a threat to me. On my part, I actually do feel kind of safe. And it really just has me scratching my head and wondering about what this could actually be referring to if it were not gaslighting. Yeah, I mean, some of those things are pretty messed up, especially the Rafizi son attack, but I don't know how representative those are of the safety for the average Malaysian citizen. Although it is true that the whole JAC Tengku Maimun thing was a little bit sus, but generally, I don't think that actually adds up to the sort of feeling that Mahathir seems to be describing. But for what it's worth, I mean, if you look at what Dawson says, when you look at the things that are happening out there with statistics, like I don't think that it would be a natural or normal thing to just like expect that you'd get beaten up if you were to just casually walk out.
And if you compare it to the rest of Southeast Asia, Malaysia actually looks pretty safe.
It seems like maybe crimes went up, but it's not clear that just walking out on the street would be automatically more dangerous for you because I don't actually think that is the case. I mean, to be fair, maybe he's not talking about some sort of like grand social trend or anything, and maybe he's just talking about his own personal experience, the things that he's fearful of. It's probably not the Batu Putih thing, though for all we know. Maybe it has something to do with the investigation of his sons. Though to be fair, I guess maybe when you get to the age of 101, and almost any year could be your last, then maybe you end up fearing a little bit more. But personally, if I were to get to that age, I think I would just like stop fearing, because I know that life can just end like at any given moment. And if it ends, like, bro, like I live a long life, I had a good run, and in his case, he can say that, hey, I was Prime Minister for like 22 years. Sure, I could never beat that guy named Lee Kuan Yew. And apparently I have to keep on crying for the Malays, but all things considered, yeah, like I had a pretty good life. Why do I need to fear anymore? If you are really at that age, if you're actually genuinely scared and not just trying to make people feel scared, you are still scared just of walking around every single day while you have bodyguards constantly surrounding you, then there is something very sad and unfortunately wrong with you. But yeah, so poops, I don't know what actually has made him scared or why he even wrote this at the end of the day. I guess we'll have to wait for him to explain. But for now, what do you think, Sapoops? Do you have a feel of fear as you go about your day-to-day life? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all to say about that, and bye.